Hi guys, I'm recording this while having COVID, and I just woke up. And don't mind the weird noises in the background, because that's my fan and my computer making those noises, because it helps me sleep. Okay, so we're going to be talking about my alternate universes of Happy Tree Friends, and how I'm going to be completely changing them and adding more, because stress. So you might know the Diddy that I have, the one that I'm currently working on. It's bringing me too much stress right now. There's too many parts to it that I even forget most parts of it, and I don't think I can keep up with it because I'm only adding more parts to it. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go through like what would be every season, and I would tell you what parts of that is still there and what is gone and what is new. So yeah, wait. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So it's season 1, which would be Flippy's past. So the whole high school part is still there. Jaren is still his bully, so I think everything in the high school part is the same. But when he gets home, like the home portion, he just gets neglected. Nothing else happens with it. And so when he goes to war and stuff, everything else would be the same there. So really, the first part is all the same, other than the fact that he just gets neglected. So yeah. And Splendid and Splendid still get into like a big fight that splits them apart before they like move on to their own lives. And yeah. And then Flippy still dates Bubbles in the war. They all pretty much have the same death except for Bubbles. She gets shot, you know. Yeah. Yeah. And then so Bubbles is my OC if you don't know. And then moving on to where Flippy and Splendid move into it's when, okay, so it starts to completely change when Flippy gets out of the war. So the way Flippy gets out of the war is he got shot, like an almost fatal shot, but he survives it because I gotta think of the word 1 second. Give me like 50 hours. Okay, I'll be right back. Flippy survives because of plot armor. I completely forgot that word. Okay, so, and then basically what happens is when Flippy gets out of said war, his big brother and grandma come pick him up. His dad and mom are already dead. They died in a fire. Well, his dad got arrested for domestic violence and died in jail. Don't ask how. I don't. And then his mom died to a fire, so a house fire. And then oh yeah, and then and then his grandma brings him home, and Flippy kills his Flickpy kills his grandma, and then he runs, and then Handy finds him on the road. Handy picks him up, and he drives him to Happy Tree Town. Oh wow! And then once they're there, they meet. Flippy basically has a high school reunitation. What? Oh no! The Flippy basically reunites with most of his high school friends there. And after that, you know, he moves in with Splendid and they date for a little bit. That's all before Flickpy kills everyone. And also in that time period, a similar things happens when Fully Insane Flickpy comes into play. So, you know, while Sniffles was making Flippy a stego placebo for the placebo effect, you know, go look it up if you don't know. And basically, when he was making it, Lumpy and him made this like jar full of failed experiments, and that drops onto the placebo, so Sniffles starts over. But they don't know that they created a virus, so it just spreads into the next placebo canister that he was making. And he gives that canister to Flippy, and then that's what causes Fib. So yeah. And then when they all die, so this is actually where I took 90% of it out because it was so confusing to me. So Flippy still hates his parents. Well, he still kind of hates his mom, but oh yeah, his sister dies the same way, and he meets Flippy the same way. And so basically, when Flippy gets up there, he's like, "Oh my God, where am I?" Oh yeah, they all die the same way, except for Splendid. So basically, Splendid's like, "Oh, you're in terrible condition. Come home with me," and then he brings him home, and then he kills him, and then he kills himself. Wow. And then they reunite later on. But even then, that's like 5 years after Flippy's death. So, yeah. So Flippy, in heaven right now, finds Bubbles and reunites with her. And Sneaky and Mouse and Boom. And they live with each other. And then Angel Devil War happens. Oh yeah, they're already married and they have 2 kids. So it's Angel Devil War. Only I decided to make it only last 5 years. So that means the war would have ended when Buck was 10 instead of 13. So yeah. So when the war starts when he's 5. His parents die, and everybody else he knows dies when he's 6. And then oh yeah, Kai, the lore of Kai still is kind of the same. Anyways, I decided to take Mittens out. Mittens was Buck's, and Flippla's. Oh yeah, Flipla dies the same way too. Everything about Flipla stayed the same. I'm sorry, Rainbow. She's still a douchebag. Anyways, Mittens was Buck and Flipla's sleep paralysis demon, so that Fifth created. What a douchebag you are, Fifth. Oh, anyways, so yeah. And then Splendout and Splendid meet, Buck and Kai, and, they fight the war with each other, and then they won, and blah, 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 yeah. Live happily ever after, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then here's when Fifth comes into play. He wasn't really doing anything at first until at this point. So now, he just gets a little bit stronger, that's it. That's all that happens. He ends up letting Wife, which is fully insane Yandere Flippy, infect Splendid. And that's how she can get him into their realm. And that's really it for that AU. I took a lot of a whole bunch of stuff out because there's too much stress. I might add some more because it seems a little dull right now. But that reduces so much stress. And about the next upcoming AU that I have is really just the HTFAU, except I add my ships into it. So, yeah. It's going to be called Ship AU. Oh yeah, all the Happy Tree Friends characters in my Dead AU, they all died because of murder. They all had super unique, thought out deaths. That's what caused most of the stress, because I had to remember every one of their deaths. So my past, the past series I was gonna make, Lumpy and all them died on a ship. That was their death. So yeah. Anyways, goodbye for now. I'm sorry about my terrible voice. COVID is hitting me hard. So, yeah, see you guys in the next video. Yeah, bye. Okay, bye.